What's going on, everyone? It's the halfback here, and welcome back to another episode of Rising Above Adversity, AFC Bournemouth, where today, of course, I have for you a live comm against Chelsea in the Barclays Premier League. But before we get into that game, I have some things to talk to you about, just to confirm some deals that I was talking about in the previous episode that have now gone through. Emmanuel Mamana has joined the club, 5.25 million, done deal. He got his work permit. The young Argentine centre-back looks a fantastic prospect, and I'm delighted that we managed to push that deal through. You can see he's played a few games for us so far already, and he's done pretty good, actually. Another player I didn't actually mention in the previous episode, but Jelle Vossen has joined the club. Will be familiar to Middlesbrough fans, of course. Was on loan there in the season just gone in real life, but we signed him for 1.2 million from Genk. Really cheap signing. I mean, he's not going to be a player that's starting week in, week out for us, but a fantastic option to bring off the bench, I feel like, and really cheap as well. As I said, 1.2 million, only 15k a week on wages, and judging by those mental attributes, he could be someone who could be a fantastic tutor if we do manage to bring in a younger striker in the next few years or so. So, you know, it could be a real asset for us. And then last but not least, my Korean sensation has joined the club, Lee Sung-yong. I mentioned him in the previous episode. I said that I feel like I could have a gem on my hands here, and it looks like I could be right. Of course, still early days in his career. Korea? Yeah. The Korean centre-back. Look at those attributes for an 18-year-old centre-back. 17 heading, 15 marking, 17 tackling, strength, the jumping reach. He just looks like he could be sensational. You can see his attributes are already flying up. I'm getting him tutored by Simon Francis, who's kind of an experienced pro at the club. And for this season, I'm kind of letting him play in the under-21s and the under-18s just to get him kind of adjusted to English football. But next season he could start to feature in the first team. You can see he's already played a couple of first team games actually in the Capital One Cup with an average rating of 7.65. So the early signs are very promising for him. He's got a cap for Korea since coming into the club. So yeah, I'm so excited about this guy. I feel like he's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait to see him in future years for us. Of course, only 1.3 million we signed him for, and that's it on the transfer front. Of course, just to confirm a couple of deals there. Moving on to the fixture since the last live comm. Of course, we live comm the first game of the season against Spurs at home. We won that 4-3 on Gender with 4 goals in that game. He continued the scoring in the next game against Southampton. Unfortunately, we did not manage to win that game. We lost 3-1. David Villa still going at the age. How old is he now? Let me just quickly have a look at that. David Villa, I believe 34 now, still doing well in the Premier League. Scored against us, and we lost the game 3-1. Osvaldo and an own goal from Steve Cook with the other goals there. But we moved on in the Capital One Cup against Leeds away from home, 3-0. Callum Wilson, there you see the young Korean Lee Sung-yong getting on the score sheet, and Will Keane as well, advancing us to the next round. Norwich were our next opponents on Gender again on the score sheet. What a fantastic start to his Bournemouth career. 6 goals in 6 league games for on Gender, the 21-year-old. Of course, really early days in his Bournemouth career, but he could be an important player for years to come. The next game against Crystal Palace was a really annoying game. You can see they took the lead in the 52nd minute through Eren Derdiok. We equalised again. The new signing Stanku, who started off really well for us during his short time at the club. He equalised for us. And then Mamana on his Premier League debut scored in the 91st minute. It looked like he was going to be the hero. And then Palace went straight down the other end. Our jubilation turned to despair as Mamana had a brain rush in the box, gave away a penalty. Fraser Campbell in the 93rd minute stepped up to make it 2-2. And since then, we've kind of struggled. You can see we took a bit of a battering away at Stoke, 4-1. We got knocked out of the Capital One Cup against Wolves. Now, obviously, we've had a lot of success in this cup in the previous 2 years. We won it in my first season in charge at the club. We got to the semi-final last year. So to get knocked out in the 3rd round was a big disappointment for me. And especially to lower league opposition at home. You know, it's just a frustrating game for us. And then we lost away to Man City. You kind of would expect that. We lost 3-0. Could have been a lot more, to be honest. City were rampant in that game, and we were very, very fortunate to keep it at 3-0. But at the moment, we stand in 15th, in the Premier League going into this game against Chelsea. Again, it's very early doors, only 6 games gone, so the league table is not one to pay attention to. Look at on gender though, second in the top goal scorers in the Premier League, just behind Mario Balotelli. And hopefully he continues the scoring against Chelsea today. Here is the team sheet for today's game. We've got Artur Boruc in goal, back four Simon Francis, Mamana, Steve Cook and Sean Kavanagh. We've got Isla out injured at the moment, and also Kieran Gibbs, I forgot to mention it, is out for a bit. He's out for 4 to 5 months with a broken foot, on loan from Arsenal, of course. That's really, really annoying. I had high hopes for him this season, but hopefully Sean Kavanagh can come and do well. In midfield, we've got Lucas Leiva, Sami Khedira, Joaquin Correa, and Niskusa Stankiu. And up front, we've got Ongenda and Callum Wilson. Now, Callum Wilson's really struggled so far this season. You can see he's only scored 1 goal in 7 appearances, with an average rating of 6.67. Came into the season struggling for fitness, and he just hasn't been able to get going. Hopefully as the season progresses, he can kind of find some fitness and form, and press on and show this kind of form that he showed, especially in the first half of last season. Second half of last season, he really struggled, and that's kind of transferred into this season as well. But I'm hopeful that he can improve that, and showing the form that he showed in the first half of the Premier League last season, and definitely the form that he showed in the Championship the season before that. But that's the Chelsea lineup, not too different from the team they currently have in real life. Just defensively, they look different there. They've got Bonucci, Masaccio, and Jose Gaya in there, but all the players are pretty much the same. They've got a Boubacar on the bench, fantastic options on the bench. They've got Verratti on the bench as well. That bench looks incredibly strong there for Chelsea. But we are at home, and hopefully we can kind of impose ourselves with the crowd behind us. We can get in the faces of Chelsea, unsettle them, and if we do that, we may be able to pick up something from the game. We drew at home to them last season, 0-0 I think it was, so we have previous in terms of kind of keeping them out, but it's Chelsea, it's always going to be a tough game. But early on in the game, just 5 minutes gone, there's maybe a highlight here, maybe a chance for ourselves. Simon Francis picks up the ball, passes to Stankiu, a bit deeper there. Stankiu will look for him to push forward now, but he's not been able to just yet. Ball bobbling about in midfield, Fabregas will pick it up. Eden Hazard, of course, the main danger on that left wing, Diego Costa, we can contain Hazard. We've got a big chance of getting something from this game, but he's played it out to Cuadrado. Cuadrado with the shot, parried by Boruc. It comes straight back to Cuadrado, who hits the post, and Chelsea early on are looking like they're in the mood for this one, definitely. But we picked up the ball. If we can hit him on the counter attack, we've got fantastic options. You see Callum Wilson there running straight at the back four, plays it to Ongenda, and it was a tame effort really into the hands of Courtois. You would expect him in his goal scoring form that he's been in to get a better shot away there, but unfortunately wasn't able to. But we're slowly getting ourselves into the game. Chelsea were dominating the early stages, but we're feeling our way into it. But Hazard, of course, the danger running at our defence there, whips the ball in. Diego Costa's there, but well dealt with by Simon Francis, and Stankiu will play it out to Ongenda, plays it to Khedira, to Correa out wide to Kavanagh's not got too many options for the pass there, so he's going to have to kind of take on a man himself. He plays it back to Stankiu, Sami Khedira to Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson turns on his man there. Oh, and just over the bar. Good play there from Callum Wilson to pick up the ball and take it past the centre-back. But unfortunately, the finish was just not there. But half an hour gone, we're doing well in the game. We're matching Chelsea in terms of shots and possession. So far, so good. Hopefully, we can continue that heading towards half-time now. We don't want to concede before half-time. That would really dent the confidence. But it doesn't look like we are going to. No more highlights to show since that Callum Wilson effort. And that's it for half-time. 0-0. Really good start to the game to be level at half-time with Chelsea. I'll tell the players they've been unlucky so far. And I'll also tell the players that I have faith. So we managed to carve out a couple of opportunities there. Ongenda with a fantastic opportunity with a poor shot. Callum Wilson with an opportunity in that first half. So we are showing some good signs going forward defensively as well. We're doing well. It seems like they've brought on a Boubacar as well. I'm not sure who he's come on for. So they've got Diego Costa and a Boubacar up front now. a deadly strike force, especially in Football Manager. Abubakar, as everyone knows, is an absolute god in this game. But with 30 minutes to go, still 0-0, and Eden Hazard has actually been brought off for Ramirez, which is quite interesting. 20 minutes to go, I'll make some changes, but so far, very good. Sami Khedira is having a real influence in the centre of the park there. I'll bring on... Stankyu's not having the greatest of game, but I feel like he's someone who could make a difference in this one. I'll bring on Will Keane for Callum Wilson, and I think I'll leave it at that. I mean, Sami Khedira is not doing too well in terms of fitness, but as you can see, he's our best performer in terms of average rating, so I'll leave him on the pitch for the last 15 minutes or 10 minutes or so now. It's really been a highlightless second half, hasn't it? But we've got the ball here. Maybe we can grab a late winner. And Gender tries to take on the man, but he doesn't manage to do so. Cleared out by the Chelsea back four. Diego Costa, they're going to counter us now. Please, not a late goal. This would be heartbreaking after doing so well. Fantastic challenge by Kavanagh. Maybe we can counter-attack, but Bonucci, the tough tackling Italian centre-back, with a fantastic challenge there. But this highlight is still rolling on, and hopefully it is going to be a chance for us. But Abubakar is coming forward with it. Mamana with the tackle, but Costa regains possession. The ball's whipped in, and it's Oscar. It's heartbreaking stuff. We've done so well defensively for the whole game. Chelsea haven't really carved out any clear-cut chances, and wow, that's really disappointing. We've done so well in the game, and to lose it late on through that Oscar header. And that will be the full-time whistle. We fought bravely. We really did fight bravely in that one. Particularly Sami Khedira had a fantastic game, and all-round defensively we were doing so well. And it's harsh. It's harsh that we've lost the game that late on. We probably deserved the point from it, but that's football. Chelsea are a top side, and they find a way to win even when they're not playing too well. And that will be it for that game. So you can just see there in the bottom right corner, we're 15th in the Premier League now after that result. Again, still early doors, a lot of football to be played. I'll just have a look at the fixtures that we've got coming up. So we've still got some tough fixtures coming up. Everton away and then Arsenal away coming up. But hopefully in this kind of period where we've got West Brom, Burnley, Wigan and Swansea, we can pick up some points there. I'll leave it here for now. I'll probably come back around the Newcastle, Derby kind of area. So yeah, I'll probably come back around there. If you enjoyed this episode, please do leave a thumbs up. Again, as I always say, if you're not subscribed to the channel just yet, I'm not sure what you are waiting for, subscribe to the channel. But I'm going to leave it here for now. It's been the Halfback, and I'll see you guys very soon.